that next great action puzzler game? Something that reminds you of Limbo? If the answer is yes, check out my review of Vesper Zero Light Edition, coming up next on Mumbles. Hi everyone, Mumbles here. If you have been watching my channel for any length of time, every time I come up on one of these games that kind of looks like Limbo or kind of reminds me of Limbo, I get excited. I get very excited because I love those type of games. Today's episode of Mumbles, I'm bringing you one of those games. Let's go into the description. Description-wise, this game reads, Vesper is a visionary adventure taking place in a decaying world full of puzzles and mysteries to uncover, where your choices will change the future of an entire race. Seven is a small android lost on an eerie planet full of perils and traces of ancient civilization. With no power and no ability to defeat enemies until he finds the drive gun, a weapon used to absorb light, create darkness, and control minds. Frantic chases from relentless machines force you to take decisions in the blink of an eye. Hide from your pursuers and sneak through enemy lines to reach your objective. Use the drive gun to absorb light from various sources and create dark spots in which you can hide. Inject absorbed light in the machinery to open portals and activate deadly traps. Control your opponents with light and dispose of them after having exploited their abilities. Take control of your destiny and decide the future of the android race. At the time of this review, this game is available for Nintendo Switch and Steam for $9.99. We are reviewing this thing today on the Nintendo Switch. I'm excited about getting to the gameplay section of this game, but before we do that, I do have to ask, subscribe. Please subscribe. Just hit that subscribe button. Please do it for me. And thank you guys all so much for the support. You're amazing. It's on you. You guys are amazing. I'm just the guy that sits here and talks to you. You're amazing. On to the gameplay section. Gameplay-wise, this is kind of like a Nintendo Switch version of hide and seek with modified rules. To start with, you basically play as a little robot named Seven who doesn't really have many abilities. His only abilities are to hide and to run away from enemies. Now, he has to use his wits because he doesn't really have any real skills here. So he'll have to do a lot of hiding, a lot of running, a lot of planning his movements out to best trip up the machines that are trying to chase him. And that's basically how you have to play this game at the beginning. But towards the end, you will get a light gun that basically allows you to do more. And that is why I say it has extended rules on the hide and seek game. So basically, that is the game. You basically are just trying to avoid robots and get to the end. How you do that, whether you're using the gun or simply hiding, is up to you. That's the game. That's all there is to it. Not really a lot to talk about here. We move on into the con section, and the first con that I have is that some of this game felt like needless fluff. Now, why do I say that? Because there was times when you would go and run as this little robot past what I want to call panels, because basically it's when you move through the world, you go to one side, you come out the other, and a new panel emerges. So basically there could be times 3 or 4 panels where you're just running and not doing anything. And I feel like they kind of stuck those there just to extend the length of the game, because they really provide no addition or anything like that to the game. And that's disappointing. I'd rather just have things to stay on track and not have these boring sections in between it. The second con that I have for this game is that I kind of wish they did more with the puzzle aspect of this game. We've seen great games such as Inside and Limbo where they've applied puzzles and they've done so in a way that no matter what puzzle you're doing, it always feels different and unique. And in this one, I didn't feel like every puzzle was different and unique. It was just a lot of hiding and a lot of, just running away from enemies. And that can get a little old at times. So I wish they could have fixed that up. The third con that I have for this game is that this game does play out a little bit short. Even with those additional, panels that I talked about, this game still felt kind of short to me. So I can understand why they added the extra panels to give it more length, but they should have just added more gameplay to it. With all that in mind, we now come to the score section, and I gotta be honest here. I had high hopes going in that Vesper would be a fantastic game, and I was a little bit disappointed. Not fully disappointed, but a little bit disappointed. Maybe it was just the way that I went into this game thinking about it, because it has that Limbo type feel to it with the graphics and what it looks like it could be, but it isn't that. It's more of a stealth game that requires you to do a lot of hiding, a lot of sneaking and stuff like that. And I think it just kind of got old by the end of it to me. Yes, you get that light gun, which allows you to do various things, but at the end of the day, you're doing the same thing all the way through. You're running from enemies, or, you know, trying to get rid of enemies, or you're just trying to get to the goal. And that was a little bit disappointing. So I'm going to rate it with that disappointment in mind. And on today's episode of Mumbles, this game gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Not a bad game. A lot of people will like this game. It could have been better for me. And I just got to be honest with it. I wish it would have been longer. I wish it would have had more variety to it. And I wish they didn't have those panels that just serve no purpose whatsoever. 6 out of 10 from me. Anyways, this has been my review of Vesper Zero Light Edition. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Please smack the subscribe button, smack the like button, and smack all those buttons. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye everyone, take care.